To Your Health, where we talk to local health leaders to help you feel better, live better, and be better.
Hey everybody, welcome to Your Health. Well, May is Mental Health and Arthritis Awareness Month. We're going to dive into that with Joey from Natural Healthy Concepts. Hi, Joey.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, we got a twofer this month.
That's it.
Well, let's start with mental health because it's something that I think over the years is so important right now. When we think about mental health, what are some of the supplements, what are some of the things that we should really be thinking about adding into our system to kind of bring us down a little bit?
Yeah, I think it's a good point. And I think when you kind of approach it from a supplemental side, like there's a lot of different directions that you can go, but I think a lot of times like it's centered in and around sleep. I think that's one of the biggest stressors is you're stressing out about not sleeping. So I think when you look at things like magnesium, it's a nice little calming thing, ashwagandha, L-theanine, all of those things can kind of get you, decrease that latency time to kind of calm you down and then kind of enhance that sleep quality.
The beautiful thing about those things is when you wake up, you're not drowsy because it's just natural.
That's it. And I think anytime like you want to, some people have, different opinions on things like melatonin that may cause some drowsiness or kind of, some different dreams and those sorts of things. But melatonin has a purpose. Like if you're traveling to some different time zones or coming back or something like that, there's always kind of a purpose of in and around those things. But you're exactly right. I mean, I think that's the nice part about, getting things that are natural is you don't kind of get as many of those side effects.
What about somebody struggling with anxiety a little bit too much? Are there anything that we could put into our system now to just calm us?
Yeah, I think you kind of get into a little bit more of that adaptogen world where you're thinking about all the roots like ashwagandha and things like that just kind of we know through research and some different things that we know can kind of help you kind of take some of the edge off without it being kind of detrimental to your overall health and kind of compounding those issues. And then, it's overall your habits, right? Like anything that you can kind of, put into your life that's positive and things like that. But that kind of that adaptogen world is kind of where you need to settle from a supplemental route.
Great. When we reach a certain age, that inflammation, that arthritis does kick up a bit, doesn't it? So what are some natural options instead of just taking Advil all the time?
Yeah, no, it's a good point, and I think a lot of that you can be preventative on too, right? So things like curcumin or turmeric is kind of the latency word that you can kind of use, but it's really curcumin at its core. And then you can kind of get into glucosamine and chondroitin, and then honestly like a good protein powder, some bone broth, and some different things like the collagen world that kind of make sure that you're taking good care of those joints, those tendons, those ligaments, to kind of make sure that as you age, you're aging in a healthy way.
Yeah, and that's the big key, isn't it, to be able to do that. Well, Joey, thanks for giving some natural, reasons to kind of come in and get a little bit healthier.
That's it.
All right, thank you for watching To Your Health.
The preceding was a paid advertisement.